Nick Abbot on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Off to America. Let's talk to Jon-Christopher Bua from Real Political News. Hello, John.
Nick, it's just wonderful hearing your voice. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about Vladimir Putin. Do you think that
Must we really?
Yes, we must.
Okay, fine.
Do you think that Vladimir Putin, is frightened by Donald Trump's moving his submarines about like he's playing a game of battleships?
Well, you know, the fact is that Medvedev said that Trump should picture the TV series The Walking Dead. Now that's crazy. They're playing nuclear chicken, and you don't want to antagonize Trump. Nobody wants to antagonize him. You never know. I mean, and Putin is just the same. And we've got three amazing individuals in this world. When you think we've got Putin, Netanyahu, and Trump, and the egos are beyond the stratosphere or whatever sphere you want to talk about, and I don't trust any of them. And this could end up having us all in welcoming Armageddon again, and the Christian right would be happy because they could be they could baptize themselves in the state of Israel, all happy.
Now, Donald Trump shouldn't really be lowering. Well, how low can he go? He shouldn't be lowering himself to having spats with Medvedev, because Medvedev's not on his level, is he? But Trump just can't help himself.
I mean, you know, oh, come on, Nick, you and I know this. We've had this conversation. And what he does is he's trying to get attention. Trump is trying to get some kind of attention to distract from the ridiculous tariff issues that he has and from the issues with the fellow who's somehow died in his cell, Jeffrey Epstein, and now Trump has moved. Ready for this? You know this, Ghislaine Maxwell out of the heavy security prison in Florida to some kind of a prison camp in Texas.
Yeah.
Now, what does all that mean? He's trying to manipulate and maneuver everything. Now, what he's trying to say there is, my dear, I can actually get you out. I may give you a pardon. And you know, this is a sex offender, 20 years, going on 20 years in prison. And he's using all of it. And he's trying to deal with all of these problems, and he's having a difficult time. So he'll fight with anyone if he can get press on it. And Trump knows that Putin has him looking like a chump, as we call it.
Yes. Yes, he does, because Putin is standing, watching his underling have a Twitter spat with the President of the United States of America. And I mean, it's embarrassing, apart from anything else, but it's also terrifying, because the thing that Trump always does, I mean, he's so predictable. He will do something that you find appalling, and then he will double it. He will do it twice over. He'll double down. And so,
yes,
how are you going to double down on moving nuclear submarines into attack position?
I don't know. I played military people, and I know a lot of military people, but I'm not a four-star, and I don't know how this works, or an admiral, by the way. And moving your nuclear submarines into vicarious positions, it shows that this is a very high-stakes game with only one bad outcome involved. And I think cooler heads should survive, but I don't think Putin or Trump know what cooler head means.
But Putin is a smart guy. I mean, if you hear him speak, and it's translated into English, I mean, he uses very complicated language, and he speaks in complete sentences, and
yes,
he's obviously very intelligent. He must be laughing his presidential language coming up here arse off.
Right, arse, do you say?
Yes. Yeah, we say, we put an R in arse.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He must be absolutely guffawing at being able to just poke Donald Trump and get the response that he expected.
He can, as we say in New York language, he's needling him. You know, he's really tormenting him. And Trump he doesn't know how to take it except with his verbose language, and sending. I mean, nuclear submarines. This is insane. This is crazy. But I mean, the fact is that Trump is in hot water. He's in hot water with the economy. The Dow took an amazing dive on Friday, and we've got problems with all our trading partners, and the tariffs are just going crazy, and we don't know what Putin has dug himself into a hole, and he can't stop unless he's meant to just move out of the way, but he's not going to do that, and I think that you couldn't get two worse characters after each other's throats.
Yeah.
Then, because neither of them are subtle. That's the thing I think of before I go to bed at night, unfortunately, is the condition of the world. And when we have leaders like these three, and then you throw Kim Jong-un in there and Xi and others and Netanyahu, you wonder, you pray, and I'm not a real praying man, you wonder, please help us get through this time. I mean, give us a break. Let's just have a respite. Yeah. I know you feel that, and my British friends feel the same way. I speak to them. You're a friend, and you listen to me and you ask for me, but you know the story as well as I do. And it's not, the outcome is never a good one when we're talking about World War III.
Yeah, just because one person feels slighted. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. You mentioned tariffs a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
None of this makes any sense, does it? It doesn't make economic sense. It doesn't make sense industrially. It doesn't make any kind of sense other than it's just what mood Donald Trump is in today. How much flattery he has received from whichever country he's glaring at that moment.
Well, I was in the White House when the Prime Minister was there. And the same week as Macron and also Zelensky, and they all came with an offering to Trump, and it was your wonderful Prime Minister who made an offering to Trump. Well, why don't we have you over to Windsor or Westminster or Buckingham Palace and meet His Majesty the King, who I think is a super guy, and that was enough to get Trump willing to lower the tariffs against the UK, which I think he did, and now it's 10%.
Yes.
But they're Canada's 35, India's 25, Brazil, because he doesn't like what Bolsonaro, that's his boy, but he doesn't like Lula, and he's using it politically. Switzerland, 39, South Africa.
Switzerland, 39%.
Exactly.
What has Switzerland done to deserve that?
Nothing. I mean, they're lovely people. Swiss. I mean, I was watching the Julie Andrews film just yesterday, Sound of Music, in Switzerland and the Alps, and I'm thinking of Austria, and I'm thinking of ripping up the Nazi flag that Christopher Plummer did. I mean, it was just brilliant and earth-shattering.
Maybe that's what upset Trump, ripping up the flag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Trump wants to do, except I've known this fellow since I'm a New Yorker, since I'm in my teens. And the tariffs make no economic sense, however. The government is collecting a lot of money, but they could break the U.S. economy because the money they're collecting are from us, the consumer, and us who promote, who make the products here.
Of course.
And he's got it. Do you think, as you would say, ass backwards?
Yes. Do you think that the game here is trying to persuade his fans that it's the other countries who are paying the tariffs, and then sort of hoodwinking them into paying tariffs on goods that are imported themselves just because prices have gone up, and then presenting them, each individual in America, with a check with Donald Trump's face on it, for a piddlingly small amount of money, and saying, there you are, you see, look how great your favorite president is.
That's right, and they'll send Donald Trump checks. And he also started this other thing. I mean, we're afraid of Social Security. You know what that's like in the UK. And now he's saying, well, they're messing around with Social Security, Nick. In the meantime, they're going to give a baby option. Every baby that's born is going to get a Trump check for $1,000 per baby.
And this is
They're going to have a special baby account
Yeah.
with Trump's face on it and all the newborn babies. I mean, this is beyond anything you could ever imagine. If we got together and we were to write a play, this would be the most absurd kind of theme in the play, and that's what Trump is doing.
I would walk out of that play halfway through thinking,
I don't care if Olivier was in it and feel good. The job numbers were horrible.
Oh yeah, well I want to talk about that.
Unemployment went up, and these are signs that the economy is in big trouble right here in River City.
And his response to the jobs numbers going down, and his previous 2 months' job numbers being revised down to almost nothing at all, is to kill the messenger.
He fired this woman who was a career public servant. I was in the federal government. I know the career public servants. They are amazing. You can't get even close to them. And all she did was report the real numbers. It's like the Fed chair. There's no politics involved. But he didn't like the numbers. So as you said, if you don't like the message, shoot the messenger. It's like being a student in school and you haven't studied for your exam and you got a really bad grade, so you go in and beat up the teacher for giving you the grade. It's your fault. You didn't study. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the tariffs are, and you don't know what the Fed does. You don't even know what the Bureau of Labor Statistics it does. It's the Department of Labor. This woman just reported the facts, and he's going to put his own people in. Fine, and then one more thing, if you've got a second, because it's not so nonsensical. You know, I adore the White House. I've been going there since I'm 7 years old. I used to go with my gran and my aunt, who was in the government. And now he's trying to build a $200 million extension on the east wing of the White House for 650 people, which is the most ornate, garish, glitz thing that you could imagine. It looks like a McDonald's hanging off the White House. And this is what he's putting his money into, and he paved over. It's like Joni Mitchell. They paved over parking lot.
They paid Paradise and put up a parking lot.
And put up a Trump parking lot. Yeah. And Jackie Kennedy, God bless her, who I've met many times, the poor thing and her family must be so miserable.
Always good to talk to you, John. Thanks very much for that. Jon-Christopher Bua, the White House correspondent for Real Political News. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your calls and your messages. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen back on Global Player and the new LBC app, on which you can read and watch the latest from LBC. You can put your news categories in the order that you want. You can pause and rewind live radio and listen to a